Stop scrolling. Stop worrying. Stop wondering if your breakthrough will ever arrive. Today, heaven is sending a message straight to your spirit. Buckle up, your miracle is coming. I know some of you have been walking through seasons of disappointment, storms, and delays. You've prayed, you've hoped, you've wondered if it's too late. But hear me clearly, this is not delay. This is divine preparation. God is moving in ways you cannot yet see. Everything you thought was stuck is shifting. Every closed door is about to swing wide. Every situation that seemed impossible is about to be undone. When God speaks, nothing stands in His way. Mountains move, storms quiet, chains break, and angels begin to work on your behalf. Your miracle is already in motion. All God asks is faith. Faith is the seat belt that keeps you steady while He accelerates your blessings. Don't focus on the how or the when. Focus on the promise. Focus on the word. Speak life over your situation. Expect the supernatural. Right now, something miraculous is getting ready to happen. Something that will make you stop and say, "Only God could do this." Get ready for acceleration. Get ready for sudden breakthrough. Get ready for joy that cannot be contained. When God speaks into your life, everything around you begins to shift, whether you see it yet or not. His word is not a suggestion. It is a command that creation must obey. The moment He declares, "Your miracle is coming," the spiritual atmosphere rearranges itself to fulfill that promise. Mountains that seemed immovable begin to tremble. Obstacles that looked permanent begin to weaken. Delays that frustrated you start losing power. The authority of God's voice is greater than the weight of your circumstances. And when He speaks, His word goes ahead of you, clearing paths you didn't even know were blocked. Many times we look at our situation and think nothing is happening. But that's because God often works in hidden places before He reveals His glory in visible ways. Just like a seed planted in the soil, transformation begins underground. You may not see the roots growing, but they are preparing to break the surface. His word releases angels, aligns opportunities, and pushes back darkness long before your eyes catch up. When God speaks, the enemy's plans collapse, chains fall off, and every force that tried to resist you is commanded to step aside. His voice is stronger than your past, louder than your fears, and more powerful than any limitation you've ever known. So do not measure your future by what you see right now. Measure it by what God has spoken. If He said a miracle is coming, then it is already in motion. Nothing can cancel it, override it, or alter it. Your job is not to understand how, it is simply to believe. Hold on to that word, because the same God who declared it will bring it to pass in a way that will leave you in awe. The shift has already begun. Many people mistake delay for denial, but in God's economy, delays are often seasons of divine preparation. What feels like waiting is actually God shaping, refining, and positioning you for a greater breakthrough than you could imagine. Think about the most powerful miracles in the Bible. Joseph spent years in a pit and in prison before God elevated him to save nations. Daniel waited in exile before seeing the fulfillment of visions. Even Jesus spent 30 years in quiet preparation before stepping into His ministry. These periods of waiting are not wasted time. They are sacred moments where God is working behind the scenes. During this season, He is strengthening your faith, enlarging your capacity, and arranging circumstances in your favor. Your timing may feel slow, but God's timing is perfect. He is aligning people, opportunities, and resources in ways you cannot see yet. Every trial, every setback, and every moment of uncertainty is being used to prepare you for the miracle you have been waiting for. The pain and the patience are not punishments. They are part of the process. God is teaching you perseverance, faith, and trust, so that when the miracle arrives, you will be ready to receive it fully and steward it wisely. The key is to stop looking at the clock and start looking at God. Keep your heart in hope, your mind in faith, and your spirit in expectation. Speak life over your situation, pray without ceasing, and remain steadfast, because the season of preparation is always followed by a season of acceleration. The miracle is already coming. It is simply waiting for the right moment to manifest in its fullness. Trust the process, embrace the waiting, and know that God is orchestrating every detail perfectly. What seems like a delay today is setting the stage for your greatest victory tomorrow. Faith is the engine that drives miracles into your life. Without it, even the promises of God remain distant and unrealized. When God declares, "Your miracle is coming," He does not ask for your resources, your plans, or your strength. He asks for your faith. Faith is the seat belt for the journey to your miracle. It secures you during the turbulence of life and keeps you steady as God moves. Expectation fuels faith. When you believe that God is about to act, your spirit begins to align with His timing and purpose. You begin to speak words of life, declare victory over situations, and walk boldly even when the circumstances seem contrary. The moment you choose faith, you activate the spiritual laws that God has set in motion. Just as a pilot fastens a seat belt before a turbulent flight, faith prepares your heart for the acceleration of blessings. Without it, fear and doubt can derail the journey, causing you to miss the fullness of what God has prepared. But with faith, you are ready for every unexpected twist, turn, or sudden breakthrough. Faith does not always remove obstacles immediately, but it gives you confidence that God is already working behind the scenes. It shifts your focus from what you see to what God has spoken. It allows your spirit to soar above limitation and expectation to meet God's promise. The miracle you have been waiting for travels on the runway of your faith. The higher your faith, the faster God's promises will manifest. So hold tightly to your trust, speak life over your situation, and refuse to let doubt unfasten your seatbelt. Your miracle is coming, and faith is the vehicle that will carry you safely into the realm of God's supernatural favor. Prepare your heart, anchor your trust, and get ready for the ride of a lifetime.